Welcome to episode 3 of Leading the Moment with Dr. Jeremy Pickard. Welcome again, Jeremy. Welcome back.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like that shirt. That is sharp.
I'm looking good today with my Southwest Tech gear on, aren't I?
You really are.
That's right.
So what we like to do when we start off the podcast, we do a quick 5, rapid fire questions, just to kind of get the conversation going. People can learn more about Jeremy. First one today, favorite musician.
Oh, favorite musician. So that's really good. You know, you kind of grow up in that 90s grunge era. So, you know, the good old Nirvanas and Pearl Jams and those are the worlds. I don't mind a good some of the classic rock either, you know. So there's times you can do that. And then there's just something about a good old Johnny Cash song that resonates with me too as well. So I don't know that I have a favorite. It probably depends on kind of my mood and what's going on. I'll listen to a wide genre of things. And so, yeah. And then I do like Christian music as well. So David Crowder Band is one that I really enjoy as well too.
Good. Very diverse.
Yeah, very diverse.
Very good. Winter or summer?
For sure, summer. I don't mind winter at all. I think it's I get out and, you know, you can play in the snow and do some fun stuff that way. I'm just not a huge fan of scooping the driveway on the regular. I think summer just allows you to get out and do more. So whether that be a campfire in the backyard, go hike a trail, jump on your bike and go for a ride, I think you're just more inclined to do that. And I think the longer days help that as well. So sometimes I feel like you're driving to work in the dark in the morning, and you're driving home at night in the dark, and you've missed all of the sunshine because you've been at work. And summertime gives you the opportunity to get out and do a little bit more of that.
Absolutely. And as you're well aware, as we get older, winter gets worse, right?
Yeah, right. That's right. Ice is not your friend when you get a little older.
No, absolutely not. Flying or driving?
So I have a rule that if it's kind of 7 hours or under, I'm in the car. And then if it goes over 7 hours, I try to drive. This past spring, though, we did a whirlwind trip. We had 5 kids that were doing different things, and so we hopped in the car and we drove to Louisville, Kentucky for a national archery tournament. Then we left Louisville, Kentucky to Birmingham, Alabama to watch my son graduate optometry school. And then we drove through the night back up to Northwest Iowa to watch my other son graduate college. Then drove another 5 hours home to catch a dance recital for my daughter. And then the next morning got up and went to an infant dedication for my granddaughter at church. And so we were like 36 hours in the car. But it was going to be really hard to fly to each one of those places. And so the vehicle was the best option. So we're not opposed to getting in the car and going and doing something. And I wouldn't have missed any of those things for the world. I don't mind a good drive, but I think when somebody else can do the driving for you and you can just enjoy the ride. Airports are not my favorite. So, man, if you don't have TSA pre-check, yeah, it's worth the money to get TSA pre-check so you don't have to stand in line the whole time.
Right. So when you're traveling around with the family, all those hours and all those miles, who's in charge of the radio?
I'm like I said, I told you I like a variety of different music. So sometimes the kids are playing something from the back seat. Sometimes my wife is controlling the radio. Man, I don't really have a preference on that. I'm really up for listening to anything. And
you had plenty of time to listen to everything anyway,
right?
That's
right. You had plenty of time to listen to everything. So.
That's great. So what's your favorite snack?
Favorite snack? Yeah, you know, I try not to eat them on the regular. So you're talking health food, or you're talking probably things that you shouldn't be eating, right? Yeah, that's what I assumed you were going for. So, you know, a good chip now and again, you can't beat some chips. And so some kettle chips or some barbecue chips, I don't know, those are usually pretty good as well. I'm not a huge candy guy, probably more on the salty, savory side of the house, but yeah, the things that you shouldn't eat, those are all the things that you want. You know, jalapeno Cheeto isn't too bad either, so I do enjoy those.
Well, I'm sure you've seen your time on campus. We have a great cafeteria, and we have a number of vending machines. So
yeah, I know. I try to stay away from all those things. Buy the made food from the folks who are cooking it back there. They do a really nice job. Everything that I've tasted out of that kitchen's been delicious. So don't buy the prepackaged stuff. Get something that's made.
Absolutely. So looking forward to the future, we're still going to say you're the new president. We'll go with that for a little bit while longer.
Yep.
What's your vision for Southwest Tech in the next year, 3 years, 5 years? What do you hope to accomplish, Jeremy?
Yeah, I want to be the preferred choice of the graduating students in our region. And so that means we need to really take a look at what the dual enrollment offerings are for them and how do we get them on a pathway to ensure that they can get started while they're in high school and take advantage of that, because that is an unfair advantage that folks have while they're in high school, is that access to some free college courses. We want them to see us as a preferred place where they know they're going to come and get taken care of, and they're going to get the training and the education, and it's going to be the caliber that they expect and that we expect to meet the needs of the workforce here in our area in Wisconsin. They can also be then guaranteed that they're going to have some work-based learning opportunities, whether that be a job shadow or an internship. And then when they come out, their degree is going to mean something. It's going to be of value. And so when they come out, they're going to have and gain gainful employment that out exceeds those who didn't participate in education and didn't come through Southwest Tech. So those are the commitments that we have to our students. That's the vision that we have. We just need to continue to provide additional access for folks. So whether that be through additional scholarships, going out and being able to fundraise to be able to provide more scholarships for folks, and assuring that they have all the needs that they need in order to be able to be successful in college. Access is really important to me. So make sure that all folks feel welcome when they come here, no matter what their background is or what they're up to or what they want to study or what they want to do. They have a spot here at Southwest Tech, and we're going to take care of those who walk through our front door. I think we need to tell our story just a little bit better. We're quite humble. We do a lot of really, 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 really good work. And I think sometimes we're not ashamed to tell our story. I think we're just, we don't want it to come across as being prideful. And quite frankly, we're doing a lot of really good work that we should be proud of, and we should be communicating that. So we're going to take a look at doing a number of different things here in the immediate future to be able to tell Southwest Tech's story a little bit better through the eyes of our students, because I want our students to be able to see themselves here. And I think that's very, very important.
And you touched on dual credit, dual enrollment students in high school. In your professional opinion, as you've gone through higher education, how young should students be when they start thinking about higher education, their plans after high school?
Yeah, so it probably starts as they're starting to exit middle school. And the reason why I say that is you probably need to do some things in your freshman and sophomore year in order to get yourself ready to participate in dual credit in your junior and your senior year. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. That's me personally. Now, there's state rules and state regs and things like that you may be able to take some stuff or do some stuff differently, but you're asking me like my own personal philosophy. So when I started my own kids is I wanted them to have finished their sophomore year of high school before they did that. That gave them a really good, strong foundation while they were freshmen and sophomore before they could jump in and participate in things in their junior and senior year. I think they're just a little bit more mature, ready to do it, because this is something that's going to go on a college transcript, and it's going to be there for a really long time. And so we want to make sure that we're just well prepared to do that. And it's not high school. It's different. It's harder. It's more rigorous. We expect more out of you. We expect you to function and act like an adult would in those classes and in those opportunities. So we want to make sure that you have the maturity level to do that. Some kids mature a little bit earlier than others, but I think, for me and my family and kind of where my philosophy is, it's probably around that 16, 17, 18-year-old where they can start to do that. We also don't want folks taking credits that are going to be meaningless to them. We want to make sure that they're getting on a pathway and their time to completion and graduation is not impacted. Yeah, I think sometimes you can do some exploratory things to find out maybe what you don't like, but that shouldn't be, I wouldn't use college on the regular just to try to figure out what you don't want to do. If you can do that in high school and take those courses in high school while you're at the high school, that's important to do. And so we want to make sure we understand your interests, what you kind of want to do and be when you get out into the workforce, get you on that path to ensure that you're heading in the right direction. That's really important for us. So the advising model, the student planning modules that we have, and the student planning that we have to set folks up to make sure they're on that pathway, we take those things very seriously, and they've been working very well here to ensure that they shorter time to completion, retaining students on the regular, and then you can get that credential that you're looking to earn.
Absolutely. On the other side of the spectrum, let's talk about students maybe my age, older folks that are interested in maybe changing careers, upskilling. What would you tell folks in the community about coming back to college if you're later in life?
Yeah, I think the hardest part is starting. What most folks find out is when they go back as an adult learner, it's like, I don't remember how to do that math. The technology has passed me by. I don't even know anything about AI. What the heck am I going to do? I suppose all those students out there are using that kind of stuff. And what I would say is come and find out. Come and see what it's about. And you're going to find that, the hardest part was starting, because once I got here, I got taken care of. They saw me as a person. I'm not alone. Oftentimes an adult learner thinks I'm going to be the only one in class who looks like me, who has the same experience that I have. And the reality is that's just not the case. We serve folks like that on the regular. They're very successful. They come and they thrive and they do well. Sometimes they bring things to the classroom that others can't. And so you have some experiences and some life experiences that you have the opportunity to bring into a classroom to be able to provide some mentoring and some leadership in a way that maybe a younger student does. So I would say there is a spot for you. We welcome you. Hardest part is getting started. And so come get started and find out where you can really go through an education at Southwest Tech.
Absolutely. Those folks aren't alone. We talked about graduation on the last podcast, and it's an exciting day for everyone. And it is really exciting to see the older folks in the community come and get their degree, go on to something new. It's your typical high school age students that graduate too after they're out of high school, but those people that are looking for a new career, it's great to see them at graduation too.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I think my favorite graduation speech of the spring in May was a mother had a child, so she was a non-traditional student who had been working at it for quite some time. And boy, if you didn't get a little choked up and moved about her story and what this place did for her. And that's why I say I think the hardest part is just coming through our doors and getting started. And once she did that, she found a home, she found her family, she found an opportunity that she wouldn't find anywhere else. And so I would encourage you, be brave, pick up the phone, get on a website, fill out that application, and just find out how far you can go through education at Southwest Tech.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes back to the access point, right? We're here for everybody, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So whoever walks through our doors, we're going to take care of. So whatever your situation may be, your socioeconomic status, your life, your housing, whatever, we have opportunities for everybody. You need a scholarship, and we're going to try to do our best to find out. We have even a number of student services things available. So, I think about the food pantry and the advising and the tutoring. And I haven't done math for a really long time. Don't worry, we got you. We have somebody in our tutoring center and our student success center that can help you out. So we have the support structures and the things in place in order to help you become more successful. Will it be challenging at times? You know it will. Going to school and trying to do that will always be something that's challenging. But we're going to be there to support you and make sure you have all the supports that you need in order to be successful. Obviously,
access is super important, and inclusion. How do you build on what we have here, Jeremy? How can we take the next step for our students?
Yeah. So one of the things we're always trying to do is just keep the cost of education down. And so I think there's a real opportunity in our foundation to be able to leverage some of the scholarships that are out there. There's many folks who really believe in what we're doing and would like to continue to support that. So I think that's always an opportunity to do that. And then ensuring that they're getting just a really great experience in the classroom. So we're committed to making sure that the tools and the equipment and that you're training on is what you're going to see at an industry. And so we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to be in a high caliber lab, in a high caliber environment. So when you go out into the workforce, you're seeing the same things out there as well. We do a number of things too with our work-based learning opportunities, whether that be job shadows or internships and getting out on the job site. So we're committed to making sure that every students have that opportunity to really see themselves in that profession long before they walk across the graduation stage. So having opportunities to be able to participate in that, we think that's really vital and really critical for that. And then just the number of advising appointments that you have, the counseling you get, and helping you get to your right classes and your coursework, making sure you can afford. We have a financial plan in those student plans. And just excited about having the opportunity to be able to walk through every aspect of that in order to be sure that you're successful in your experience here at Southwest Tech.
Speaking of successful, with all the resources that we have here at Southwest Tech, how do you measure a student's success in today's environment? What do you look at, Jeremy?
Well, I think we're all about workforce. And so a student is coming here, maybe they're coming here to explore a class or learn a hobby. That's not primarily what a student is here for. They're here to change their life through education. They're here because they have some sort of dream. They have some sort of hope of the future that they want to do something in a different career. And what we're in the business of is helping them realize the potential that they have, realize the dream that they have in order to be in a career. And so we were truly all about workforce. That's what we do. We want to make sure that they're gainfully employed. In May, Caleb got up and shared with everyone that the average student here, makes about $14,000 more than someone who doesn't. So we're committed to making sure that the credential that you earn is going to get you gainfully employed, and we're trying to ensure that we're providing high demand fields with high wages, and you have a high skill when you come out. And so when you meet those 3 H's, high skill, high demand, and high wage, those are the types of folks we're turning out here at Southwest Tech.
And to add on to the 3 H's, the other thing is we really enjoy our graduates finding jobs in our district in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. What would your message be to alumni out there? There are a lot of alumni out there that are proud to be from Southwest Tech. What's your message to our alumni, Jeremy?
Yeah, you should be. You should be proud. It's a great place. And if you haven't been back to campus for a while, pick up the phone, give us a call. We'd love to show you some of the great things that we're doing here. Come back to a graduation, come back to a visit day. My speculation is you have sons or daughters, you have nieces or nephews, you have people in your life that need an opportunity to do that. Tell them about what Southwest Tech did for you. Tell them about why you're proud about the organization. Don't be humble about that, because we do think that those stories are some of our best recruiting. And if you'd like to get involved in another level, we talked about the opportunity you could have through just a small contribution to the foundation and how a scholarship could change and really change a student's life. That graduation speech that I talked about, without the foundation being there and helping that mom get through school to be able to do what she wanted to do, it's life-changing for them. And a very small amount of money can go a long way. So if you're interested in kind of leaving a legacy that way or giving back to an organization that really helped lift you up to get you to where you're at in your career, we'd be really excited about the opportunity to do that. I would also tell you to take a look at the portraits of a graduate or hired before graduation that we're doing. I think you said you did about 126 of those in May this past year. That's not all of our graduates, by the way. That's just a sample of them. And so just take a look at those on our media pages and just see where they're going, where they're ending up, and what type of product we're turning out. And I think you should continue, your pride should continue to grow in what it is that we're doing. Just let us know how we can kind of support what it is that you're doing. We'd love to hear about your company and your organization, where you're at as a former alumni. We're always looking for folks to serve on our advisory boards. And so if you came out of a technical program and like to continue to give back, reach out to one of us. We always have needs for folks to be able to talk into the curriculum and talk into the program that we have to ensure that our graduates are meeting the expectations of those who are hiring them.
Absolutely. Advisory groups are critical to what we do here on campus.
That's right.
And if you're an alumni out there and you see this and you're excited about Southwest Tech, you want to tell your story, certainly come on campus, look around. We'd be happy to show you around. Stop at the bookstore and you get a sharp shirt just like Jeremy has.
Look at that.
You look good. Looks
Thanks.
Great.
I appreciate that.
So again, Jeremy, thank you for your time. I know you're super busy getting your feet under you here at Southwest Tech. We're excited to have you here, and we really look forward to the future.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And if you are an alumni and you're on campus, I'm strongly encouraging and actually requiring you better stop by the president's office and say hi. I'd love to hear your story and what you're up to.
Absolutely. Again, thanks everybody for joining us. Episode 3. We will be back again soon. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Dan.